Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be fantasy casting Lauren Willig's Pink Carnation series. So before I do get going into this fantasy casting, I will say there's going to be no spoilers for this series, so you can just watch as you please. But yeah, if you don't know what the Pink Carnation series is about, it's by Lauren Willig. It's a 12-part series, and in each of the books, the narrative is divided up in a modern setting where we follow an American grad student named Eloise Kelly who is trying to finish up her dissertation on Napoleonic spies, and she's looking for one of the most elusive spies, the Pink Carnation. And then the other half of the narrative is divided up with a historical fiction setting where we're introduced to a bunch of these characters, and they all have some sort of tie to espionage and to the Pink Carnation. So what you get with this 12-part series, like I just said, half modern, half historical fiction, but it's all very thrilling and exciting, full of espionage and romance. It has everything, okay? It has drama, it has comedy. So let's get going with this fantasy casting, you guys, because I think I have like 26 people here I gotta get through, if I'm not mistaken. And this is just the main couples for each book. Each book has a primary couple, and then you also have the main couple who is going throughout every single book. So yeah, a lot of characters, and this is not even including the villain characters, you know, side characters. There's literally dozens and dozens of characters that populate this series. So let's start with my first fantasy casting pairing. We have a main couple going throughout each of these novels in the modern day setting, and that consists of Eloise Kelly and her boyfriend Colin Selwick. Colin is like a descendant of one of these spies from the Napoleonic era. And for Eloise, I have cast Rebecca Lydiard, and for Colin, I have cast Bradley James. Look how adorable these two are, you guys. I just want to just hug them. So let's move to the first book in this series, The Secret History of the Pink Carnation, and I have fantasy cast Lily James as Amy Balcourt and Tom Hiddleston as Richard Selwick. Once again, hot. Moving on to the second book in the series, The Mask of the Black Tulip, I have cast Eleanor Tomlinson as Henrietta Selwick, and also Eddie Redmayne as Miles Dorrington. The Deception of the Emerald Ring comes next, and I have cast Lucy Griffiths as Letty Alsworthy and Richard Madden as Lord Geoffrey Pinchingdale Snipe. I think he has probably one of the best names in the whole series. And then moving on to my favorite book in the series, you guys, The Seduction of the Crimson Rose. Easily my favorite. Probably my favorite couple as well, one of my favorite stories overall. And for the role of Mary Alsworthy, I have cast the seductive Natalie Dormer, and for Lord Sebastian Vaughn, Richard Armitage. I mean, come on you guys, look at this pairing. Moving on over to The Temptation of the Night Jasmine, I have cast Perdita Weeks as Charlotte Lansdowne, and Henry Cavill as Robert, Duke of Dovedale. The next book is The Betrayal of the Blood Lily, and this is probably one of the most different books in the series because all of the books for the most part take place in either England or France, and this one changes the narrative on over to India. So in this novel we have Penelope Devereux, who I have fantasy cast as Felicity Jones, and her man in this novel, Alex Reed, who I have cast as Aidan Turner. Woo! Another hot pairing, you guys. I'm pretty pleased with myself. The next book in the series is The Mischief of the Mistletoe. This is the Christmas book in the series. Probably the most humorous book in the series, to be quite honest. And I have cast Anna Popplewell as Arabella Dempsey, and the dorkable, I think dorkable is the best way to describe this guy, the dorkable Andrew Lee Potts as Turnip Fitzhugh. I mean, I think he's the most perfect choice for this character. word. The guy's name is Turnip, for crying out loud. The next book is The Orchid Affair, and I have cast Charlotte Riley as Laura Gray and Benedict Cumberbatch as Andre Jowin. The next book is The Garden Intrigue, and I have cast Sarah Bulger as Emma Delagardi. And this character, she is American, but in my head, if this series was to be made into some sort of adaptation, I imagine that it would be some sort of masterpiece BBC thing, you know? So I imagine that this whole cast would actually be all British people, so even though the character is American, it'll probably still be cast by a British person. So I thought Sarah Bulger would be good for this role. Plus, Sarah Bulger, she's really good with American accents anyway. And for her romantic interest, I have James Norton, who will play Augustus Whittleby. Moving on to The Passion of the Purple Plumeria, and this one focuses on an older couple, which I found quite refreshing, you guys, because the entire series, it's all these hot young people, you know, and they're all just boiling over with sexual tension. So I like that Lord and Willie kind of changed it up, had this really cute story with an older couple. So I have cast Helen McCrory as Gwendolyn Meadows and Ian Glenn as William Reed. Moving on to the penultimate book in this series, The Mark of the Midnight Manzanilla, and I have cast Sophie Turner as Sally Fitzhugh and Colin O'Donoghue as Lucian, Duke of Belliston. These two, adorable. And the final book in the series, you guys, The Lure of the Moonflower. I have cast Katie McGrath as Jane Wollaston and Aneurin Barnard as Jack Reed. Hopefully I've pronounced Aneurin Barnard's name correctly, guys. I'm still not quite sure how to pronounce his name. But ta-da! There's my fantasy casting. So many people. I probably didn't really do this video much justice. I just wanted to get through it as quickly as possible since there are so many characters that I had to get through in here. But yeah, as you can see, this is like the list of sexy, okay? Just the sexiest people in the UK. So, you guys, in the comments down below, have you read the Pink Carnation series? Do you want to read it in the future? And if you have read the series, do you like my fantasy casting choices, or do you despise them? Just share your favorites down below. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye, guys.